Okay, from season 2, what would you love to have a do-over on?
Season 2, a do-over.
Sarah from Aftre. Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah from Aftre.
It's a podcast, not a cast pod. Hey, Frage, every day she'll make you say, oh my God. She got the scoop. On pop culture.
Honestly, ideally, I would love to have like a collaboration with all the other Mama's Boys. That would be something, like being one house together. You know, like one little, like the Jersey Shore, how the Jersey Shore is, like, you know, like have everyone in one little place. I mean, that's what I love. But do over in terms of my story. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, that's a very good question to ask. Maybe have more of my family members on the show. I don't know. I come from a pretty big family, knock on wood, and majority of them were shying away from the camera. So I was trying to get my 2 brothers in it, my cousins, and like I said, they are too shy.
I was going to say, that's a bummer because we really don't, we don't get to see how big your family is. You know, we really don't. We see we saw your dad, you know, but we really don't see a lot of other. That would be awesome. Yeah, if they would all like agree to be on, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's very, honestly, even with the show, like especially in our community, the Afghan community, you thought America was triggered by it, like even with season 1. Good God, with the Afghan community, they were like, "What is this? You're giving Afghans a bad name." Like, no, not really. There's people out there blowing each other up. I'm pretty sure I'm not giving anyone a bad name. What are you talking about?
Wow, you have a lot coming at you, like a lot.
I do. I mean, like I said, there's good and bad in every culture. Unfortunately with our kind, our people, we're not really together, and this is why there's so much turmoil in our society. When I mean our people, the brown
Afghan community, yeah. Well,
Pretty
look,
much,
I
yeah.
mean, God, aren't we all experiencing? It's so hard now. It's
It
even
is,
hard
yeah.
to.
Everyone's going through that. Like any race,
Everybody,
any
yeah.
culture, everyone's going through the same thing. There's never any unity, but I mean, I guess in a way you kind of need that in society. You need some evil, you need some good. It just kind of balances off. If the world is too great, I don't know. What am I saying?
Well, I think what you're trying to say, and I don't blame you, is, you sign up for this show. You obviously have aspirations, and I want to ask you about your acting career. You sign up.
Right.
This is a great opportunity, great exposure, right? What you don't sign up for and don't anticipate is that, this group of people in your culture are going to come for you, that you're like suddenly the representative of all Afghan men. It's like, fuck, this is just like a part of my life.
Exactly.
I'm not here to be like the representative of everyone Afghan. Like, this is just, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. It's very, how you said it is very, very well said. Yeah. Like, I'm not here to be the first Afghan to do this or be the first Afghan to do that. No, I'm just here to honestly, just to have fun. I'm not here to represent no one. All right. Because at the end of the day, you got to love yourself. So screw everyone else.
Well,
like,
yeah. And to your point about keeping your circle small, I always say this, it doesn't matter. Like, people will, you really have to know who your friends are, because people will always betray you. Your own community will betray, people are out for their own motives a lot of the time. So you have to be strong in who you are and the people you surround yourself with and what your own personal mission is.
Absolutely.
So tell me this, has the show now, because when I first interviewed you guys like a year ago, right? You were acting, you'd done some acting things in Atlanta. You still wanted to pursue that. How's that going?
It's going, honestly, I don't have wood to knock on. God damn it. All right. Knock on glass. But it's going well. And honestly, like, there's some people that are actually talking me down about it. Like, they're saying like, "Oh, you're trying to be the next Brad Pitt." Some of the comments. Like, you're trying to be the next Brad Pitt. It's like, no, I'm not trying to be Brad Pitt. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I don't want to be like anyone else anyway. Like, the only reason why I even jumped into reality TV, especially this happened during the pandemic when it first began. I've always wanted to like experience it. Why go through life and not experience it? Like, I just want to see. Why not? And people said, "Oh, you only did it just for your acting career." I'm like, well, yes and no. I'm a fan of reality TV. I'm not gonna lie. Even I grew up watching. I'm not sure if you remember the show called From G's to Gents on MTV back in the day.
Yes.
They had a lot of characters there, and then Jersey Shore and all this. I was a big fan of those shows. Those shows kept me entertained. I'm like, you know what? It'll be pretty cool to be in one. And finally, the opportunity presented itself, and I took it. And thankfully, God willing, it came with its fruits. It's been very, very beneficial. And like I said, the biggest part I could take from being in reality TV is the people I was able to connect with. There's some really genuine good people out there. There's some really legit great people out there. You have no idea. It's like, well,
Really?
once again, there's some crazy ones out there, but there's some good ones out there
All
too.
right, well, tell us a good story because we've heard about the crazies that have put in cock rings all over their junk. Tell us who's connected with you? Like, has a casting director or someone reached out and been like, "Hey, man, love to have you audition for this"? Like, tell us about the good.
Auditioning wise, I have been getting a lot more auditions, and there was this one guy in
Good for
California.
you.
There's one guy in California. He found me off a hashtag of TLC. He's like, "Hey, man, I need an ethnic, cultural background kind of guy. I would love to. I saw you on TV show. You don't have to audition." I'm like, I don't have to audition. This is pretty weird, and I hate that. Like even with the like with any exposure, like the whole acting industry is very, very cutthroat. It's very, very subjective. You could be the most talented person in the room. It's just like if that cast director looks at you like, you know what, this person reminds me of my ex. Get the next guy. It's so subjective, but like I said, it does help out a lot. It kind of honestly helps out more with the independent like filmmakers, like independent guys, like, and I've seen like independent films, not non-Hollywood, but like something you see on like Amazon Prime, stuff like that. It helps out a lot with that. It did give me some recognition. I'm not gonna lie, like I did have an audition once with a pretty cool, well-known cast director. He's like, "Hey, my wife watches your show all the time." I'm like, "Really? Oh, that's pretty crazy."
Hell yes!
Yeah, I'm like, that's what's up. Like, and he's like, "Can I make a video with you?" I'm like, "Why not? Let's make a video.
Yes!
Let's make a video together."
And
it was pretty cool.
P.S. You should never second guess your decision to go on reality TV because all those fuckers in your comments that are like, "You just did this to like better." Okay, we all fucking would. So get over yourself. I cannot. That's the part I'm so with you is like these people coming for. People are so jealous, and it's like, look, there's room for everybody. Like you
Exactly.
and Emily walked into this opportunity, right? Like you put yourself out there, something that people have probably shamed you for your whole life. You were like, look, okay, I love my mama. Here it is. And that's like helped you. So fuck people that say that. Like, good for
Yeah, of
you.
course, absolutely. I mean, I appreciate it. I always have this, my crazy ideology. If you were to cure cancer today, someone tomorrow is still going to talk shit about you.
100%. Oh my God. And doubt the cure. And it wouldn't take the cure.
Yeah, exactly. And like
Good
I said,
for
like,
you.
it's fun, and I have a doctor friend. What's his name? Crap. He's a nurse. He's also Afghan. He's an Afghan nurse. He's in, what the hell is his name again? Ariz? That's his name. He told me something that freaking stuck to my mind. I'm like, cause we talk back and forth, and he's always saying that you're cool, you're on TV, blah blah blah, you're pursuing acting, you're doing something you love, and I'm a nurse, and I'm just stuck here doing my thing. I'm like, what's wrong with being a nurse? You're making good money,
Yeah.
especially in the pandemic. You're making stupid money, and he's like, no, I heal people. I'm like, good, you should always heal people. He's like, I heal them, but you entertain them, so that brings in more joy. I'm like,
Wrong. I think it's equal.
it's equal. I'm like, yo,
It's equal. If you're not
even
healed, you can't be entertained. I mean, facts.
Hope he's watching this.
You have to be healed to be entertained. I mean, you guys do equally good work.
I mean, same as yourself. I mean, you've been consistent yourself. We've been watching you since when you were not verified too, and before you were pregnant. So we've been keeping up with you. And,
that's
I'm
so
pretty sure your loyal fans on Facebook groups are keeping up with you too, talking shit.
Hopefully they're not the crazy ones. But yeah, I do that. I mean, it is so fun to entertain and inspire somebody. And, just us doing this, there's somebody that is like either ready to give up or, just loves their mom and is embarrassed about it and will listen to this interview today and they will be like, you know what? Thank you to Shekeb. Like, thank God. Thank you that I found the Sarah Fraser Show. It's true. That's why I do it.
Right.
That's why I do it. Like, you never know what interview or what moment in an interview is going to spark someone to bet on themselves or be okay with themselves.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's setting positivity. I mean, at the end of the day, it's at the end of the day, as long as you're entertained.
Hell yeah.
And if people say, is it real or fake? It could be fake. It could be real. It could be whatever. It could be virtual reality. We're in the metaverse now. As long as you're entertained, as long as it puts a smile on the face, as long as it brings your family together, then why not? Because a lot of people, even with our show, they watch it with their families. And it's a beautiful thing. Everyone's together watching a show. Like, it's a good thing. Everyone's social now.
Look, I'm giving my son like 16 years and then I'm fucking auditioning for season 15. So don't worry.
You're going to be raising a fine mama's boy, I tell you that.
Absolutely.
What's his name, by the way?
His name is KJ. Actually, my husband and I, so you talked about parents and triggering that. Both my husband and I lost our dads when we were younger.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And we wanted to honor them. So we named him Kimball Jeffrey. My dad's name was Kimball. So KJ, or we call him Cage Raven, which we feel like he'll be a WWE wrestler with that name. So
Honestly, what's funny, I was just I about to mention something from WWE. Exactly. It has it's a
Cage.
It's a happy name. Yeah.
Cage Raven.
You're a fan, aren't you?
Tell me this. So I love that you mentioned, you grew up a fan of reality TV. Have you ever reached out to any of the Jersey Shore guys like Pauly D or the Sitch? Like, I feel like they'd be great sounding boards for you because, God, they've been through all the fucking craziness.
You know what's crazy? I'll share a little secret. So I used to be a bouncer. Well, actually, I still bounce every now and then. I still bounce every now and then. It's good. It's good money. It's fast. And the thing about bouncing is, the thing about anything with service industry is that it helps you as an artist. If you're an actor, if you're a musician, if you're anyone, it helps you develop that people skill, that personal connection with people, to learn how to talk to people.
Yep.
So, hey, I'm going to shout out a plug over here. I was a bouncer at a place called Dark Horse Tavern. Dark Horse Tavern. It's a very, it's a hole in the wall kind of place. A lot of people know about it because it's the only thing that's been like, as soon as you walk into this place, you walk out like, the hell just happened. It's a live band karaoke bar.
Really? Okay, cool. In Atlanta?
In Atlanta. Think of a live concert, all right? A live actual band. And you're performing with them with karaoke infused together with that. You're on stage with them performing.
Wow. It's
crazy. And then you have the lyrics on the TV screen and you're singing, and it's a heck of an experience. And it's a matter of fact, it's been a wonderful experience, and I'm very, very blessed to even be part of that. But with that has really it brought me out of my shell. But going back to reality TV with this, whenever I'd be bouncing, so there was one day I had to kick out some drunk gentleman, complete idiot. As I'm kicking him out, he's on the floor. I mean, we're not, as a bouncer, you can't really touch people unless you're threatened. So I was like, sure. I'm threatened. Let me give him a little whack in the face. So as he's on the ground, he looks at me like, fuck, man. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I don't care. I curse all the time on this show.
He's like, oh, I feel like I freaking know you, but fuck you for kicking me out. I'm like, yeah, you do know me. From what? From Mama's Boy. Oh my God, my girlfriend loves you. Like, what? As he's getting kicked out on the floor, he's like had a little gash over here. I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's cool, man. But you're being a complete ass right now. But hey, tell your girlfriend I said hello. But every now and then, some people are like, you look like some guy from Jersey Shore or Pauly D. He's like, nah, I'm definitely not Pauly D. I guess it's the way I style my hair. I've always styled my hair weird.
And Pauly D has a really tight cut beard like you do. I mean, you have a Pauly D look. I know. I would think those guys. I'm just curious if they've ever reached out, or you ever reached out to them, because you guys have.
I never reached out. I mean, every now and then I like their pictures because they got some pretty good pictures.
Yeah.
But I never really reached out. I mean, think about how many people reach out to them.
A ton. I know.
Extreme amount. So.
I'll share Pauly D's people with you. I've been trying to get Pauly D on this podcast forever. Like, I'm a huge fan. Well, I mean, he's like a legit huge DJ now. I mean, he's got like a huge career. His people are really nice. I mean, they always write back, but he's like always super busy. But I'm like, I got to get this guy on. I mean,
heck, if you get him on here, put all of us in it together. Let's all.
Hell yeah! Oh my God, I will. I'll have you come on and get awesome. Some advice. Okay, tell me this. You do, I love your idea too of putting all the Mama's Boys guys in a house. And by the way, I'm just saying, if you stay with Emily and you get her a legit ring and you guys get engaged, you could do a bachelor party. I mean, we could see.
We'll see.
But are you getting closer? Do you think you want to get married anytime soon? I mean, you're young. But
yeah, you know what's funny? I was married before. I think we talked about it.
Oh, that's right. I always forget. Duh. Yeah.
No, you're good. I mean, I was married before, and I love the experience. Being married is a beautiful thing. It's a gift. When you found the one, you found the one. Despite what society tells you, oh yeah, you're gonna be locked down for the rest of your life. That's bullshit. But to get married again, I want to be 100%, like 110% sure that this is gonna be the person I want. I'm have a little list I'm checking out every day.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I mean, look, you've been through that experience. You know what works and what doesn't. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But tell me this: you do talk to some of the other guys, the other cast members on the show. You talk.
Yeah.
Who are you in contact with?
I talk to Matt more than anyone because Matt's been the most receptive with me. He messages me, I message him back. We talk every now and then. Mike every now and then as well. Stephanie's cool too. Like I said, I was on her little live video podcast, which was pretty cool. It was a fun experience. We were just talking about the show, the deets. I'm like, hey, you should have your own podcast. But yeah, besides that, Tracy as well. Every now and then we like just talk. But Thea and Theus, they're kind of MIA. I gotta reach out to them or something. Like Like you don't see that much about him on social media for some reason. I don't know. Maybe some people are not really into the social media life anyway, so I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, I know. I'll be curious to see if they come back. They were actually from the DC region, so I'm kind of hoping they do.
Right, they
'cause
were. Yeah,
they're from Maryland. Well, Kimberly was on the show. Obviously, Kim and Matt broke up. How's Matt doing from what you've talked about? Because Matt certainly that guy has gone through the ringer on this show about people, everything about his, questioning his sexuality and his relationship with his mom and all these things. How's he doing as a friend?
As a friend wise, I think he's doing pretty well, honestly. Like not too long ago, about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken, like we talked on the phone. And he's been doing pretty well. He's just been like focused on himself. I think drives a Tesla now or something like that.
Okay.
He's living good, bougie.
Okay.
He's living good, but taking care of his dog. He's been working out more. So despite even what people say about his background, whatever. So what? Even if he was gay or straight, why does that even matter? What is wrong with people? Like. Heck, I was told I was a transgender. I'm like, shit. How are people? I'm a fine one too. Watch out.
Who says this shit to you guys?
I don't know. It's just so weird. But now with Matt's case, like I said, I think Matt's doing well. He seems really cool. Like, I had the opportunity to actually talk to Kelly too, and I was like, oh my god, like Kelly is so nice to talk to you on the phone. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. She's.
Wow.
They're great people. They're very great people. Despite how people like want to portray them, they're good. They're good people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, what have you been doing in the meantime? Obviously, we know there is going to be a season 3. They put that out, as I said, like super fast, they were.
I was hoping they wouldn't. I was hoping it would be more of a secret, but I guess not.
No, they were. Well, I think they have such a hit on their hands, with that show that it's just going to get bigger. So what are you doing now in the meantime? It sounds like, you're acting, your acting's popping off. Have you got anything coming up that we can look forward to seeing you in?
Yeah. I don't know how to word this actually because there is something probably by May or summertime it'll be publicized on TV, but it's a show. It's gonna be on a cool show. Yeah.
Are you a recurring cast member on a show, or is this like a appearance?
It depends on how this goes first. We haven't filmed yet, but when it happens, we'll know. It's with someone pretty well known, so that's as much as I can say. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's cool. I'm very, very happy with the opportunity. I'm very happy about it. But I still have to audition for it. It's not hey, you're on TV. Take this role. No, you still have to audition for it.
Look, you are SAG-AFTRA booked and busy. Okay.
I am not nowhere near that, guys. Okay. I'm just another fish in the pond.
So what else are you doing? You bounce occasionally. You have this reality show. Yeah. And by the way, when do you start making like good? I guess you guys make okay reality TV money, but it doesn't sound like you make like great money, huh? Like what's up with that? What's your agent say about that?
If we had 1 million viewers, I wish I got $1 for each and one of them. I'll be freaking set. I mean, no, it's pretty good. It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, it's just like you're hoping, yeah. I mean, I guess, and they don't mind, like, have you thought about coming out with like your own t-shirt line or product line or something like that?
I have. I've thought about it so many times, but I'm like, I always think to myself, I mean, of course, you got to love yourself. You got to own yourself. I love the hell out of myself. I mean, I say it every day, but I'm like, who the hell is going to buy a t-shirt from me? Like, unless you're The Rock, I feel like if like The Rock is so powerful.
Dude, I would buy a t-shirt of you and your mom, just like sketches of you and Layla, like Layla shaving your back. Like you ought to put that fucking image on a t-shirt. People would eat that shit up.
You think so? I don't know. Maybe like probably sell some razors or something. I don't know.
Hashtag Mama's Boy for life. Yes.
Oh God. Oh gosh.
Emily tossing that promise ring.
Oh goodness gracious.
I love it.
Yeah, merch is cool, but I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around it. I don't know what works. It's funny how you mention it. You should have your own merch. You have a very engaging audience, but for me,
I know.
I don't know yet.
I'm in the same boat because I want to make the merch like unique and different. It's actually trickier than people think to do unique merch and keep it at a good price point, right? Because it's crazy. Right. You can't put that many graphics or colors or things on t-shirts or sweatshirts before you know it, you have to charge like $65, $70. It's like shit, so I'm always struggling a little bit too with like, how do I do something that's affordable yet is product that people want? It's tough to do, and it's tough to do unless you order like 8,000, and it's like
absolutely.
So
Very costly too. Very costly.
I know. I'm thinking of launching some NFTs instead. I don't know.
Oh, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the NFT thing too. It's a big thing. It's growing every day.
Yeah, it's like a huge thing. And so tell me this, how are your parents otherwise? How's Layla? Is she doing well? Is she still teaching?
Yeah. My mom's still teaching. She
great.
loves her career. But my parents are good. I mean, my family's good. We're just all like going through. Recently, actually, one of my uncles passed away, unfortunately, which is my mom's brother. And it's so stupid. Like while we're in the hospital, like as things were getting progressively bad for my uncle, I think there was a nurse saying, "Oh my gosh, you're on a TV show," and then my mom was like, "Do you have any sense right now?" like
Did
right now,
Layla say that to her?
Yeah, like she shut this nurse down. Like I want a different nurse, so she literally went to there and like, "Hey, give me a different nurse right away. I don't want this lady." Like I'm like, "Whoa, all right." It's it's my mom. It was my mom's brother. It was my uncle that passed away. We're fairly close, but one way I take it as and that's what one way I want to perceive things, because like you're here today and you're gone tomorrow, so gotta enjoy every little minute you have, even with your parents. Like there's some people, there's some friends of mine that I know that visit their parents like once a year. I'm like, that sucks. We're in an age of technology. There's planes. One day there's gonna be jetpacks. You gotta like always cherish your parents, because as we're getting older, they're getting older as well. So, every minute.
Oh my God, that's such great advice, Shekeb. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I agree so much. And I'm a huge fan of the show. I love you guys. I love following along every single week. Are there any other TLC shows that you're currently watching? I know you're busy, so it's hard to like watch any.
I'm watching, actually, every now and then I watch, I used to watch that Extreme Sisters thing. Extreme Sisters.
Oh, 1,000-Pound Sisters?
There's 1,000 pounds? No, this one's called Extreme Sisters.
Oh, what was that one? Was it?
That's fairly new. It came out last year. It's a first season. They had a first season last year.
Okay.
It's about sisters that are really, really close to each other.
Oh yes,
like
yes. Okay,
I watch that every now and then, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, once in a while.
They always kill it. For God's sakes, they always kill it.
Look, I think I said this to you on the other show, but if it doesn't work out on this, you should definitely be The Bachelor.
The Bachelor? Oh God, no. I can't. Honestly, even with The Bachelor, I don't know why anyone would even go on that show. Maybe for publicity, I get that, but to fall in love with someone that's going to be making out with 10 other people, like, hey, no, if you're going to make out with 10 other people, you go ahead, you could have that person. I'm good.
Are you kind of a germaphobe? Or are you like, hell no, I don't want all this shit?
Well, yeah, I like to be clean, but damn, like The Bachelor is like, I like I said, I used to watch that show too, and I used to see the guy, how dominant the guy would be, and all the women are like lined up to him. They like kiss on him. I'm like, if I was a female, I would not be fighting over a guy that much. I'm like, you know what? You have all these women around you. I'm good. I'll find myself someone else. Simple as that.
I love the emotional distress that the women have. Yeah. And the guys are like epic. It's so good. Shekeb, you're awesome. Thank you for coming back on the show. People have wanted to hear from you. They've been, your interview that you and Emily and Layla did on my YouTube and the podcast has been like one of the most downloaded and watched ever. People,
really?
Yeah. People
probably the most hated too.
Well, I mean, you seem to take it all in stride. I mean, you should. And people are very envious of what you're doing. So, I mean, it's just like, it's a crazy balance.
I mean, just for them, like I said, I invested in a microphone just to make my voice more clear.
Sounds awesome. Well, we cannot wait to see what you got popping off for acting this summer. Where can people follow you on Instagram?
Well, my Instagram account is the only Shekeb, because there's only one of me. Well, actually, I mean, there's other Shekebs out there, but I'm the only one.
Look, stay tuned. I guarantee you and Layla, and I just have a hunch, Emily will be back. I think you guys will be back. I can't wait to see your relationship status. Hugs to Layla, and we'll talk to you soon.
I'll make sure to relay that message to my mom, and congrats to you once again for your newly born 9-month-old child. And hey, thank you for inviting us, and continue to excel.
Yes. Love it, Shekeb. Love it. Love it.
You have a good one.
You too.